It wasn't Goldberg. He's ready.
His boys are down.
Okay, that's part one. Now finish him off. Finish him off.
He's calling for it.
This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up.
He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you. We've got a new heavyweight champion.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see your knee. Knee. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger. What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history. The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport. Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Fail! Listen, marriage is tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Little slam, toe slam. Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest eyes in the WWE. Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough! What? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Santa's got it real! Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, Hal.
Let the shredder begin! It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number one to be the man, baby! You have to beat the man!
Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
They got a feeling it's 6, 7, 6.
can never make it rain, but fine, I make it drizzle. Digging for some change, I got some dimes and some nickels. I can never make it rain, but fine, I make it drizzle. Digging for some change, I got some dimes and some nickels. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. I'm broke as a joke and I hope I don't lose my mind. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. Give me the pennies, the nickels, the quarters, the dollars, the dimes. I'm broke as a joke and I hope I don't lose my mind. Just got paid, but I'm broke. You think that it's
Oh man, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. Hey, let me know if you can hear me, Bones. I see you in the chat. Those of you already in the chat, please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Just let me know if you can hear me, because I do have this new microphone on. Ricardo Bones, let me know if you can hear me. All right, cool, loud and clear. All right, as y'all see me rocking this fantastic Straight Talk Society shirt, which will be available real soon. So you grab all your merch and show your support for the Straight Talk Society. We do have Wrestling with Reality tonight. This is probably going to be one of the shortest Wrestling with Reality shows that we're ever going to have. And reason being that we're going over the Elimination Chamber card. And when I say we're, I'm not sure if Vancast's going to be here. I know he changed his schedule, so he works on Wednesdays now. And MD got caught up doing something, so not sure if MD will be here. But nevertheless, yours truly is here, and you know I could run my mouth with the best of them. So it's all good. So buckle up your seatbelts, sit back, and enjoy the ride. There is one thing that I did want to go over, and I'll go over it. I was hoping MD would be here, but he's not, so we got to go on. We didn't have Wrestling with Reality last week because last week was Valentine's Day, and I hope everybody got swallowed up. So, oh boy. I hope everybody had a good time on Valentine's Day. So we took the time off because I did, I wanted to do something for my wife and daughter. So we canceled the show. But we are back. So here's what I will say, because you guys know a couple of weeks ago I did say that we weren't necessarily going over weekly shows anymore. Here's my thought to the weekly wrestling shows. Just go watch everything was fantastic. AEW Dynamite, fantastic. AEW Collision, fantastic. SmackDown, fantastic. Monday Night Raw, oh my god, this past Monday Night Raw was just absolutely excellent. I don't know what it is. They decided to just put on a hell of a show, and they did, because this Monday's show was great. That Cody and Drew McIntyre main event was phenomenal. I hated the ending. I'm just getting tired of the bloodline. I am like this close to just completely turning on the bloodline. Love Roman Reigns, getting tired of the bloodline. I do love the addition of The Rock in his Versace shirt that he had to cut the sleeves off of because he's so gigantic. Even at 50 plus years old, he looks like him at 50, if I was walking down the street and I saw him, I'm crossing the other side. And I'm a big dude myself, but I ain't that big. That guy looks like a monster. And I loved his heel gimmick. I loved his heel work. Going back to the old Hollywood Rock, and the best is yet to come. And I love how he made the he made the statement like, hey, we are coming. We're going to make sure Cody doesn't finish the story. Speaking of Cody, man, Cody got to be the most over wrestler on the planet right now. I mean, his reactions are insane. Like the reactions that he's getting, the sustained reactions. The only wrestler that I say is as over is Cody Rhodes. Wait for it, R-Truth. Man, nobody's more over than R-Truth. R-Truth, I don't know what it is, but since he came back from the injury, man, that guy is on fire. R-Truth will never be world champion in WWE, but R-Truth is over. His matches mean something, and he's making The Miz over, and he's making DIY over, which is weird to hear somebody say that somebody's making DIY over as good as DIY is, but DIY is NXT good. The main roster audience doesn't know DIY yet, so you know it's going to take some time. But with R-Truth calling them DX and things like that, you know it's crazy, man. That hey, R-Truth is the man, and his whole thing with Judgment Day, Tom and Nick Mysterio, and all that stuff. It's fantastic. It's a win. It is literally. All right, MD, yeah, because I knew MD probably wasn't going to be able to make it in, but I really just got one question for you, MD, and I'm about to go into it now. Because we missed last week's show, there was something that Xavier Martinez says see, y'all know me. All I need is a chat to participate, and I'll just run. Hey, that's the thing about me. All I need, give me the chat, and I'll run this thing like the old days. As a DIY fan, I'm happy to see them getting time to develop themselves on the main roster. Absolutely. Hey, DIY is man, they are it. Oh, Chad Gable, just oh my God. Him and Ivar just mwah, mwah. Main event Jey Uso, and Gunther. Again, I hated the ending. I'm getting tired of the bloodline. I get it, but I'm tired of every match finishing that way where Solo comes in and spikes you. I'm getting tired of that. Getting tired of it. Getting tired of not seeing Roman. You never see Roman. It'll be okay if we never saw Roman if he didn't crap on Seth's belt the way that he did. Because if he didn't crap on Seth's belt like he did at the press conference and like how he did on SmackDown, then I'd be wanting to fight for the world championship. But when you got Cody like, nah, I want to fight for Roman's belt, it furthermore minimizes Seth Rollins' belt, even though Seth Rollins is probably the best worker on the roster with the exception of Gunther. But nevertheless, just watch wrestling from this week, man. You're a wrestling fan. Hey, and a little added bonus, watch the women's segment for Monday Night Raw. Ricardo knows what I'm talking about. MD knows what I'm talking about. Bones knows what I'm talking about. Watch the women's segment for Monday Night Raw when Bianca Belair came to the ring. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to zip it right there. So, MD, I did email you the chat and email you the link, MD, because I really just want to ask you this one question, or you can answer it. You can answer it here. So we weren't here last week. The week before, Tony Khan announced his big announcement, because whenever WWE does something and moves numbers, Tony Khan just goes into panic mode, and it's always a big announcement, big announcement, big announcement. So 2 weeks ago, he did this big announcement. He came out looking as goofy as he always does, and his big announcement was that on, March 13th, AEW is doing AEW Dynamite Big Business from the TD Bank Arena in Boston. So everybody already, the internet's going crazy because it's been speculated, and we all know that that's probably going to be the night that Mercedes Moné debuts, aka Sasha Banks. Mama named her Sasha. I'm gonna call her Sasha. She'll always be Sasha Banks to me. So it's in Boston. That's going to be the night that she debuts. There's also rumors that Okada is probably going to debut that night also. So what I wanted to get to MD about, because me and MD can have this conversation objectively. What business, peace, Nurbom, what business is Sasha going to do for AEW? Because I'm going to give you a couple numbers. We didn't do the ratings. We haven't done the ratings in a while because listen, when you run a channel like this that's not dedicated to doing one thing, you know, we'll do a show like this, then we'll jump to a UFC show, then we'll do a Women's Center show, then we'll do Man Talk Monday, we'll do a political show. We don't specialize in one thing, so it's hard for me as a channel holder to constantly be trying to, you know, look at, because I'm the one that watches all this wrestling. You know, like Venkat works weird hours, so he doesn't get a chance to watch all the wrestling that I do. MD can't watch everything like I do, so I'm the one that they depend on to like watch everything, and then I have to report on it, which is why we can't really do that. So I'm gonna have to go back to how we used to do it. So I'm gonna need like Nurban, Bones, Chris to give me my NXT report. I'm gonna need you guys to come in and start back giving us the weekly reports, because I just can't watch it all. I just can't. But Tony Khan announces this AEW big business, and I'm all elite now. I'm all elite. Everybody know. You all saw the video. I used to crap on AEW. I hated AEW, but I like AEW now. It's a second option. It's the little brother, but nevertheless, there's still a second option. So I like AEW. But my question is this: over the weekend, WWE ran 2 house shows. One had 9,700 people in attendance at a house show. The other one has 7,600 people in attendance at a house show. This past Monday Night Raw, 13,000 people. They're advertising the Monday Night Raw on March 25th in Chicago. There's 60 available seats left. Yeah, you heard me right. 60 available. That's it. Sold out to the brim. Every show they've done sold out. I was at SmackDown a few weeks ago. Legit sellout. Packed to the rafters. AEW is now bringing in another big name talent that has already stated she's about the money. Okay, good. MD's right here. They brought in another big name talent that stated that they're all about the money. So that means Tony Khan now has to write another big check. He got Deonna Purrazzo. She couldn't have come cheap. Most likely he's going to get Okada. He got Will Ospreay. This is what I've been trying to tell Venkat for the longest. Just because you're a good wrestling company doesn't mean that people want to see you. So my question to MD, because the big business show that's scheduled for that night, MD, guess how many tickets they have the building scaled for?
What's that? Can you make sure? Am I coming in good? Am I breaking up?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, all right.
For AEW big business, the supposedly the debut of Okada and Sasha Banks.
Right. I mean, the Boston Garden is like what? Like a 18? Well, like a I would guess it's like a 20,000 seat venue. I would guess.
Guess how much AEW has the building scaled for that show?
I would say I'm just rounding out with 10.
5,800.
Wow.
And here lies my question. The name of the show is Big Business. I've conceded AEW is probably the best wrestling show on TV. I don't know, because NXT has been on fire lately. I don't know what the hell Shawn Michaels doing down there, but NXT has been on fire lately. But that's beside the point. AEW is now bringing in another gigantic name that brings a big cap number. Let's use a football term. A big cap number. If CM Punk couldn't get their weekly TV consistently over 1 million, what do you think Monet is really going to do?
Nothing at all. I would argue that just like they did with CM Punk and just like they did with other shows, it's just a one-off. You know what I mean? And it's going to go back to business as usual, for lack of a better term. I'm trying to figure out how are you going to make your money back? Like Boston Garden, obviously it ain't cheap. It's the Boston Garden. You know what I mean?
Almost like running Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. So like that's weird to me. I was thinking 10,000 was a stretch as far as like breaking even. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Right
That's
now,
crazy.
WrestleTix has it at 5,800 right now. Now they could open up more if more interest is there, but right now, and I checked this last night. WrestleTix has it at 5,800, and I think they sold like 3,900 so far.
Okay, so 4,000. I see. I expect if it's 5,800, I do expect for it to be sold out. First and foremost, because it's an AEW show coming to a major market, so I do expect it to sell out. But 5,800, nah, that ain't a good look at all.
And
I mean, I'm just thinking of it practically. There's no way Tony Khan make his money back with 5,800 tickets. No way.
See, I've had to defend myself against the likes of Mike. I've had to defend myself against the likes of Bones. I had to defend myself against Venkat, because all they hear me do is say stuff like this, and they're like, "Oh man, you're hating." No, what I'm saying is I need AEW to continue to flourish, because if AEW continues to flourish, then Triple H is going to continue to step his game up, and the product that I grew up with is going to continuously to get better. But what I am saying is AEW needs to stay in their lane. Let me see. Xavier Martinez says NXT's presentation has a bigger world outside of that arena. AEW, WWE shows are often contained to the venue, but NXT segments feature wrestlers in their home base outside of the venue. Hey, NXT is just awesome, man. Nurbon says, I think Tony is starting to realize that he should stay in his lane. Absolutely. And focus on his product. It's not really a competition. WWE is a juggernaut. AEW is a little engine that could. What is Tony going to do with Bones? That's the $1 million question. But back to the TD Garden. It's set up for 18,000. They're going to run less than half of that, a quarter of it almost. And it's billed as, he said it in so many words without saying it. That's the night that you're going to see Mercedes Moné. But who is she going to feud with after she takes the belt off of Deonna or Tony Storm? Who's she going to feud with after that?
I would. So again, me and you have both implied that, as far as like her work rate, she's not that good. You know what I mean? But I can understand her star power, of course. Even in and you made a example with the whole CM Punk situation. Even with such a name as CM Punk, it fizzled out. Unless we were in Chicago, which they are every other month anyway. You know what I mean? It's another situation where Tony Khan sees a position to garner influence in terms of like a big venue in terms of the Dynamite show, almost kind of like Clash of the Champions. But he got so many of them, it takes away from what it could be. There's no way possible that I'm gonna have Okada signing and Sasha Banks signing on a Dynamite show. That's just me personally. It ain't happening.
Don't forget Will Ospreay. Don't forget Ospreay.
Oh, Will Ospreay, yeah. Maybe it was a situation where the TD Garden fell in his lap on this particular date, because they got to work around other stuff going on. You know what I mean? So maybe that was the situation. Either way, we now see basically a pattern. You got the Arthur Ashe show. The first Arthur Ashe show was amazing, sold out. The second one, not so much. You know what I mean? So again, I can understand why he's doing it, but I think he got to pick his spots better. That's just me. I don't think we need a big business Dynamite just for the sole purpose of signing Mercedes Moné and Okada. That's just me.
Yeah,
especially if you ain't profiting from it.
Yeah,
which it sounds like he ain't.
He's breaking even, but it doesn't hurt his bottom line right now because of all the money he has, and it's not showing. It's not like an NWA or an Impact or something like that. Chris says Tony's throwing the bag at Sasha. What does he even do with her if he can't book his female talent to say, hey, and Chris, she's black, so that means she's probably gonna be eating a pen at some point. Ricardo says, but y'all, is Khan at least breaking it? No, he's not. Xavier says no room for talent, ship them to ROH, Boost, Honor Club, subs, right? Xavier,
hey, that might be the best thing. Hell, I would want to see Sasha Banks and Athena. Hell, why not?
But Xavier,
but that goes to show you how the talent is so contained in forms that we can't even watch. But go ahead.
You got it. That's what I was about to say. If you could tell me where I could watch ROH, then let's start there. Nirvana says he's breaking even and making a little profit. They pay based on a different scale, and I'd like to know that. Then he says that she's feuding with Britt Baker. So you're gonna put Bacha Banks in a feud with Britt Baker, who's not that good either in the ring? Oh my goodness! Wow. Okay, there you go. Chris says Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander to name a few matchups for. Listen, I don't know, man. AEW artificially builds hype, but they can't organically make. Man, that's a bomb.
I 100% agree with that.
Hey, if I had the bombs in this studio, I would have just dropped one for you because that man, OC and Ricardo did it. Boom, boom, you hit it right on the nail. That's it right there. As good as Ring of Honor could be, it's being locked behind a paywall. Will always hurt it, but it would be good. It would be a good use of talent resource. Which hey, every time I see a new black woman, oh yeah. Hey, by the way, somebody's commented from Facebook. I was able to finally hook the channel back up to Facebook last night. So hopefully we don't get kicked off again. Shout out to the Facebook audience. Welcome to the Straight Talk Society. Charles Wilson. Is that my homie Charles Wilson? It probably is. Let's see. You don't even want to watch ROH. It's a legit glorified dark and elevation at this point. See, again, it's too much wrestling. It's too much wrestling right now on my TV. And we do a wrestling show, so I have to watch it. But that's why I wanted to talk to MD about this, because MD don't look to just argue with me. He'll agree at some point and be like, man, when does it become diminishing returns? Like when okay, who's the next big? Okay, let's look at it this way. You're gonna sign Okada, you signed Ospreay, and you're gonna sign Sasha most likely. Who's next? Who's the next big person?
Yeah, I mean,
you're not getting Roman Reigns. I mean, what?
No. It'll likely be like another Japanese talent. But at the same time, again, where are you finding the time? And that goes back to the ROH point. Where are you finding the TV time for a lot of these people? Now, Sasha Banks gonna get her TV time, no question about it. But who's gonna get knocked off the totem pole because of it? You know what I mean?
Whose expense? At whose expense?
You know,
exactly.
I mean, look at the work Tony Storm is doing right now. Like, you know, like she's arguably one of the top female talents in wrestling, period. What from the character build that she's been able to do. What's going to be the standard now? Because right now in AEW it's her. You sign Sasha Banks, which is fine. I ain't got no issue with it. I mean, Tony Storm will be a heel for her. That's cool. If we look back at the example, I keep going back to CM Punk. CM Punk, I think we can all agree. It was fun in the beginning, but even a person like CM Punk, it lost its luster based on the fact that it wasn't any continuity in terms of who's who as the top guys. You know what I mean? Whereas they try to portray, oh, we're giving opportunity. And you remember the speech that CM Punk did about wanting to wrestle Darby Allin, blah, 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 this and that. Wrestling don't work like that. Yeah, we all know this. It's about the top guys. Who's the top guy? And I think Tony Storm, not Tony Storm, but Tony Khan, he's in a position where he tries to do something that's unnatural within the basis of what the professional wrestling business is. That's my only. It's good. It's a good product, but you're not giving me the product that is well maintained. If that makes sense.
You know what it's like? It's like the Paul Mooney thing that I played last night. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. Everybody wants to be WWE, but nobody wants to be nobody says that they really want to be WWE. Patrick is straight talk with Trevor at gmail.com. But it's like Tony Khan, he just annoys me, man, because I've watched it too much. I don't know if you're familiar with Herb Abrams from back in the day. He tried to go against Vince and create a wrestling organization, and he billed himself as being something different from Vince while simultaneously trying to do everything that Vince did, and it completely bombed. Tried to sign all the big name guys. He even tried to sign Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan would have bankrupt the company. It's Tony Khan needs a booker. Tony Khan needs a Triple H. Unfortunately, he can't get Triple H, but he needs a Triple H. He has Jim Ross under contract. He has Jeff Jarrett. He has Tony Schiavone. He has real wrestling minds, because here go Bones saying they don't have long-term booking. Listen, Bones is probably going to drop out of his seat wherever he is right now, but open your ears to what I'm about to say, Bones. I love what the Young Bucks are doing right now. Love it. Hey, you guys know when CM Punk came back to WWE, the character that I wanted him to have was to be the phony guy that left, and now I love everybody, and now you see, oh, I'm such a great guy and this and that. I love what the Young Bucks are doing. Nicholas, what are their names? Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. Oh, I love it. I love the slime ball corporate. I'm better than you. And I love how they come to the ring with the white suits that have the blood all over it. Listen, here go another thing, Bones, that's going to make your head explode. I loved the match that, who was it? John Moxley had on Collision. I think it wasn't a match with, it wasn't Lee Moriarty. It was that other guy. Shane Taylor, something like that. The bigger guy. Oh my God, that was fantastic. AEW's wrestling is phenomenal, but AEW is something.
They just signed him, by the way. AEW just signed him.
Oh, good. AEW to me is something that I could watch in the background, just because it's like, okay, wrestling match, whatever. It's just great wrestling. But I could watch that in the background. There's no long-term storytelling, with the exception of the main event. And I love what they're doing in the main event. March 3rd is the Revolution pay-per-view, and we will be previewing that next week, because that is going to be Sting's final match, and that's a big match. And I think that'll be the first time we get a black AEW World Heavyweight Champion in Swerve Strickland. If Strickland doesn't win this belt, listen to what I'm saying. You heard it here first. If Strickland does not win this belt, and I think the only reason Hangman is in this match is to take the pin. If Strickland doesn't win this belt, it's going to be because Prince Nana turns on him. I've been watching the way Nana has been looking at him lately, and you could see it from a mile away that he's about to lower the boom on him. It's a tried and true wrestling trope, because they may be like, oh, it's not time to put the belt on Swerve. They may wait for a bigger moment and make him feud with Nana and his crew for a while. But you heard it here first. So that's the big business. Hey, I told you we wasn't going to be here long. We're already to the main event. Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is taking place this Saturday from Perth, Australia. Wait a minute. You mean the Young Schmucks? Yeah. Hey, I love, anybody knows me, they know I love the I'm better than you wrestlers. That's why I was such a fan of the Horsemen. Tully and Arn, and I just loved it. I love when the wrestlers just think they're so much better than you. I don't care for the everyday man. I'm an everyday man. I'm going to be a white meat baby face. Miss me with that. I don't care about that. Give me the schmucks. So we got Elimination Chamber this Saturday, and WWE is going out of their way to put the time thing up. I love this. So okay, before we get to this, because you even mentioned it to me, you really enjoyed Monday Night Raw this past week, correct?
Yeah, it was a great show. Like it was a corporate show, but it was great. They were kissing up to the corporate people that were there, but hey, it is what it is. Better for me.
Damn, see, did somebody stooge my notes off to you? Like what? did it seem to you like it was just a different show? Like it's shot different. Now they're doing the more of the wrestlers arriving in the outside. It's more sports like now. Whereas they're not just starting and going right into what they're doing. They're shooting the wrestlers coming in, kind of like ESPN when the basketball players arrive to the arena. It just everything just seems so sports like right now. It's man, I love it, man. I love it. Wait a minute, what did I miss?
They went through a lot of. It was weird, but I understand why they doing it. Even with the whole mentioning of I think they were in Anaheim Monday, and they went out of their way to mention that they had a 3-year deal with the arena, and then you had the UFC guy there, and you had the Netflix executives there and TKO executives. So I know what they were doing, but hey, it benefited me because it was a great show.
I know you are. Do you watch UFC?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Bones and Zay got me. I mean, I used to watch it back in the day, but now because we do the MMA Brothers show, Bones and Zay got me watching it now. Especially I got the hookup, I can watch everything now. But what startled the hell out of me was they took the camera outside of that venue, which is where they had Monday Night Raw, and they had not only the UFC title, but they also had the WWE title outside, side by side. And I told Zay this a long time ago. He didn't want to believe me because he was like, nah, they're not going to do any cross promotion. They absolutely are going to do cross promotion. Here's another thing. What are we? April? What month is this? We're February 22nd. Mark my words of what I'm about to say. Oh man, we got a large crowd in here tonight. Shout out to y'all. Please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Mark my words what I say. Conor McGregor is going to show up in WWE for SummerSlam. That's it. I said it. There you go. Tape machines are rolling. But I'm glad you said that though, because I didn't mention this to you how corporate the show felt, but it felt corporate for the better. Like even with Pat McAfee using the little telestrator thing that John Madden used to use. I love that.
Yeah.
It makes everything look so sporty. And look what they're doing. They're bringing the WWE 2K ratings before every match, saying, hey, this guy's ranked. You don't like that?
No, I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
It's like this guy's ranked the 90. I think Cody had the highest rating. I think he was like 93. It's like this guy's a 93. He shouldn't lose to this guy. Like, I love that. All I ask you is just make it make sense and give me like a sports-like feel. I know that it's scripted. I know it's scripted, but while I'm watching it, I want to feel, hey, that Chad Gable and Ivar match made me feel that even though Ivar is 3 times his size, that Chad Gable is a badass enough to beat him. Like that is insane, man. Oh, Chris saying those ratings be horrible. You talking about the TV rate? Yeah, the TV ratings just suck. I mean, now that's probably why they're happy they're going to Netflix so they don't have to report the ratings. I will get back to doing the ratings next week. It's just that, man, we got a lot going on this channel. If I could take a quick sidebar, other people may not want to debate, but we got the debate of the century over here on the Straight Talk Society. I don't have it in this studio, but your very own MD20, the political prophet amongst men, will be taking on March 25th on Man Talk Monday. He will be taking on Captain Manosphere himself, Wayne. Hey, that's all I got to say. I'm putting together a hype video for it, so we'll see. Y'all tune into the channel. You're gonna see the video coming up soon. I'm doing my best Van Cat impersonation nowhere as good as Venkat, probably never will be, but I'm learning. But yeah, so the event is at 6 p.m. in Australia, which means that it's coming on at 5 a.m. over here on the East Coast. 4 a.m. Central, wow, 3 a.m. Mountain, 2 a.m. Pacific, and 12 a.m. Hawaiian Standard. So I'm getting up. I probably won't get up at 5, but I'll be up at least probably 6 or 7. So I should Gunther should be over a 90. I think Gunther should be like a 95. Gunther has not been pinned in a singles match on TV. Like he loses at the house shows because that's just a WWE thing. But Gunther has not been pinned on TV solo. But yeah, so it's gonna come on at 5 a.m. It's safe to say, MD, you're not getting up at 5 a.m. to watch it.
No, I will not be up. I'll catch it when I get up on the replay. I ain't no, hell no.
Oh man. All right. So let's get into this card. And these are in no particular order, but the first thing, and like I said, hey, fellas, do yourself a favor, go on Twitter or go wherever you're gonna go and just type in like women's segment on Monday Night Raw. And just specifically type in Bianca Belair, and you'll thank me later. Man. So you do have the Bone said he's not getting up that early. Oh, Chris, I'll be up. So no particular order. There's only 4 matches on the card. So let's get into it. The women's elimination chamber match. You got Liv Morgan, the returning Smiley. You can start calling her Smiley. Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton. Who you got, and how does this shake out?
I mean, who do I want to go? I wouldn't mind seeing Raquel go, but I mean, it's too early for her. She just got back. I know. I'm not gonna say I know, but it's probable that it's gonna be Becky Lynch. I don't want it to be Becky Lynch because that's not the WrestleMania match that I want to see. It's between Becky Lynch and Bianca for me. They may go with the rematch, Bianca and Rhea, in terms of they feud and they history. Man, I want to see Tiffany Stratton win. Because
I love Tiffany Stratton, man.
But this is going to do something for her though. She's already elevated to me, but this match in particular is going to put her over the top. And after WrestleMania, the sky's the limit for Tiffany Stratton. No question about that.
She's gonna take the craziest bump in the match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna strap a rocket to her after this.
She might do her, what does she call it? The perfect Tiffy salt or whatever she's called it. Whatever her moonsault is, her springboard move. Oh God, speaking of springboard, did y'all see that double springboard Cody cutter that Cody hit on Drew?
Oh yeah.
What? Bro, I swear that match could have been the main event of this Elimination Chamber card. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton gonna take the most insane bums. So you okay, you're like me.
I'm gonna go Becky Lynch.
I'm going Becky too, just because they're leaning so heavy into it. I don't think they're ready to do Bianca and Rhea yet. I think that's the biggest money match that the women could do is Bianca and Rhea. I don't think they're going to do that. And I don't really see anybody else in this match having a chance, because remember, the winner of this goes for the winner of Nia and Rhea. So I think it's going to be Becky, just because, hell, at the press conference, they basically said they're going to go at it at WrestleMania. So then they might swerve us. Okay, so in the event that they swerve us, then I'm going to pick the dark horse, and I'm going to go with Naomi as the dark horse. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not picking Bianca, because Bianca is my obvious choice. But if Becky doesn't win, so I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. If Becky doesn't win, which I think she is, then Naomi is my dark horse, number 2.
And Naomi.
Yeah, and the reason being, remember when this came out, they didn't have the 6 person highlighted. The 6th person was supposed to be Jade Cargill, and then they brought Smiley back, and I just want her to go back to her NXT character. I can't with all this damn Smiley. I'm tired of this. I hate that. I'm tired of that. So yeah, Raquel replaced Jade. Jade was absolutely supposed to be in this match, but they didn't want to debut Jade in a match like this and have her lose. So here's what's going to happen in this match. This is Ultimate Booker. I'm just going Booker mode tonight. Jade is going to rip that cage door off, or she's going to come out and do something just insane and attack Bianca, and that's going to set up their WrestleMania feud. I'm going Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania, because that's what the people want to see. That's where the money is, right there. Bianca, Jade. You don't need to hold that off another year. Bianca and Rhea could wait till next year. Jade and Bianca right now should happen at Mania, and Jade should smash her. I'm talking about Ultimate Warrior, Honky Tonk Man style smash. I'm talking about everything Bianca does should be just no sold, and she should destroy her. And now you will have your next megastar.
And that'll also set up Bianca to go heel, because I think she's gonna go heel pretty soon. So I can see that makes sense. That makes sense.
Now hold on, let me read some of these comments. There's a lot of comments in here tonight. Okay, so Chris says straight to the Tiffy top. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton is awesome, man. I wasn't a fan of hers at first because I don't think I like her ring gear, but she's awesome. Prettiest moonsault ever. That's what it called. Chris Statlander for me. I don't know what that was in reference to. Tiffany is what Charlotte wishes she could be. Hey, Charlotte is that chick though. Charlotte, I'm not taking nothing from Charlotte. Yeah. I would love to see
a lot of people trash Charlotte based on like her moveset. No women's wrestler right now got the psychology down like Charlotte. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I get the landing on the feet with the moonsault, and yeah, I understand all. Yeah, I understand all that. But when it comes to telling a story in the ring, can't nobody do it better than her. Nobody. So that's where her greatness comes from. You know what I'm saying? Just like her dad.
Yeah. Yeah, her dad could literally get a wrestling match over with a broom. I mean, Charlotte is awesome. You never hear me say nothing bad about Charlotte. Oh, so now they're saying she's boring and cringe. Oh, come on, Bones. You can't be talking about Charlotte. Yeah, I think they don't like her mannerisms because she's her dad. She's literally her dad.
Yeah.
But I
don't like the way that she destroyed herself with plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? She looked terrible.
Well, that's most of them.
But I mean, again, ring psychology wise, she's the best in the business right now. Period.
So Chris says going to NXT every week for a year was one of the best investments as a wrestling fan. To watch them get to the main roster is well worth the drive and trip. Yeah. Chris was at all those NXT shows, man. That's crazy, man. I'd have loved to be in there. Hell, so Chris, Braun Breaker and what do they call themselves? The Wolf Dogs, or
Wolf Dogs,
the Wolf Dogs. I'm so happy for Corbin, man. Just because I watched Baron Corbin from NXT, and I like him, man. I like that type of character. He's just a good character, man. So Patrick T says, and so Patrick T watches wrestling too. So Patrick T is somebody who potentially want to debate on the Straight Talk Society. But yeah, Patrick, that email is straighttalkwithtrevor@gmail.com. Hold on, somebody sent me an email. Let me see.
Not to deviate too much. Speaking of Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker, Ava Raine, I don't think she got too much long left in wrestling, bro.
She's terrible. Oh my goodness,
she is horrible as a GM, bro. I'm like, nah.
Last night,
she just looks so weird. You know what I mean?
It's like her teeth are too big for her mouth. Last night, the Wolf Dogs. Okay, Patrick, I did get your email. I see that you sent me an email. Last night, Shotzi Blackheart got hurt during the match with Lyra Valkyrie and Shotzi. And she got hurt crazy. She delivered the move that should have hurt Lyra, but she came down and planted, and you could tell her she buckled her leg. She tore her knee out. I wouldn't be surprised if they say she blown everything in her knee. So Ava comes out, and in the most monotone and, oh, this match isn't gonna be over. You're gonna get, see how big my teeth are looking right now, just like her. She's like, you're not gonna go home unsatisfied. The next person that comes out of the curtain now gets a title shot. And Lash Legend came out. Hey, Lash Legend, that's a whole entire woman right there. But yeah, she's awful. And I love what they're doing to Roxanne Perez, because Roxanne Perez is now being that whiny brat. Like, she's like, man, I was in the shower. How did she get a title match before me? I love it. It reminds me of Bryan Danielson when he won the world title and they said it was a fluke. Then he became like the little whiny champion and just always looked for ways around things, and he got more brutal with it. So Chris is saying Roxanne should, yeah. They shot. Oh, so they're saying they shot last night's episode last week by the way as a double taping. So, oh yeah, because everybody is in Australia already. Ava, I don't know what they need. I don't know what they could do with her. Her knees are bad. She's not, like, she can't really wrestle, and she has no charisma. It didn't pass down because she does not have the charisma of her father. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think she got too long. Because this whole GM thing ain't working out.
Yeah, not at all. I would give me back Regal. I think Regal's thing is coming up soon. It's coming up soon where he could be back on camera.
Yeah.
So the next match, hey, this is gonna be my match. This is gonna be my low-key match of the night right here. I'm just already calling it. You have Peter Dunne and Tyler Bate versus Judgment Day. Which Judgment Day just grows on me day by day, man. Just day by day, because Judgment Day is awesome, and the addition of JD McDonough is just awesome, man. You got Dirty Dom, which is the Heat Magnet, which said that they are not piping in booze for him. I'm telling you, bro, that dude get that legit heat. Who's worse, Ava or Gable? No, Gable Stevenson is awesome. I saw Gable Stevenson wrestle Cameron Grimes at SmackDown. He's awesome. He's going to need a manager, but ring wise, he's awesome, man. Them over the head belly to belly suplexes, hey, he is awesome. I got Judgment Day in this, but this is going to be my match of the night because Tyler Bate is going to really get to go off in this. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne going to give you that NXT UK Mustache Mountain match. This is going to be a match. I don't know if anybody remembers Mustache Mountain when they wrestled the Undisputed Era for the tag titles. That's what this match is going to be. This match is going to slap super hard, but I got Judgment Day retaining, but this is going to be the match of the night.
Yeah. I'm going Judgment Day. Yeah, it's going to be a great match. I already know that, hands down. Match of the night, I can see it being there. We're gonna have to see how the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber matches go, but yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
And then you getting that crowd too.
Look at it. Yeah, the crowd gonna go crazy. The more and more, and we'll talk about it in a minute. The more and more I'm looking at Nia and Rhea, you know, I'm almost conflicted, but we'll talk about it.
Wait, for your match of the night?
No. I'm
Oh,
saying my expectation for it.
oh, okay. I was about to say
Yeah.
what. That hey, to quote Jim Ross, that match gonna be bowl and shoe ugly. That's it. That one ain't that one. Ooh. All right. So speaking of that, let's get into that for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. You have hometown girl Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. First of all, does this main event?
It might, because it's Rhea Ripley, and
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that.
It should main
So
event.
we know how it goes. I'm not saying it's gonna happen in this match, but we know how it goes. Usually the hometown hero usually loses. I don't think that's gonna happen in this match, because like I said, the crowd gonna be crazy. What I'm seeing is, and this is why I said I'm conflicted. I want it to be a great match, mainly for the reason because I wanted to boost Nia Jax, because she's on a tear right now. I don't want this to look at like almost like Nia Jax is getting buried almost. That's why I'm conflicted. It depends on how now I could be totally wrong, and it could end up being a great match. But from this point forward, where is this land with Nia Jax? Because right now Nia Jax is hot. So you remember I was saying I want Nia Jax to go to WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So I'm conflicted with it. We'll see. I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley, because I gotta go Rhea Ripley. I don't see it. You know what I mean? If Nia Jax win this match, I'll be blown away.
So I agree with everything you're saying. Nia Jax has been on an absolute tear. Like, listen, man, everything they got her doing, just coming out and wrecking these chicks. On Monday Night Raw, she came out and wrecked everybody in the ring, took names, beat up everybody. She's out of there, untouchable. She beat up Becky. She's the only person that has been able to stand up to Rhea on the main roster and beat up on Rhea. Hey, but with all that being said, they're not putting that belt on Nia. What I would love to happen, I would love for them to beat Rhea Ripley in Australia. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then somehow make it be a triple threat at WrestleMania. Oh my goodness. I would love that. I would love that so much, but it ain't gonna happen. Nia's gonna take about 70% of the match, because she has to, because they're gonna make her look strong. And it's gonna be one of those where Rhea Ripley is, you know what it's gonna be? See if you remember this. This was in your hometown. It's gonna be Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 27. Undertaker won that match, but did he really win? I mean, because Triple H beat the living hell out of him for the majority of the match. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Nia is going to physically just dominate her, and to a point where you think that they're going to take the belt off of her, and then Rhea's going to come out and get a hope spot. She might not even beat her with the Riptide. She may not even beat her with the Riptide. So I got Rhea winning, but it's hard for me to believe that they would take that belt off of Rhea at home, unless they got police stationed there to avoid a riot. So I got Rhea Ripley retaining.
Right. It's hard to go against Rhea in this one. It's hard. I want to, because again, I'm trying to see where you put Nia at WrestleMania, because you got to be there. But where do you put her at? You know what I mean? I don't want to see Rhea and Becky Lynch. I just don't. I don't want to see that at all. But I mean, we'll see.
Do you see Nia getting the Jade spot?
I mean, and take that in consideration too. I mean, you say Bianca and Jade, but again, they may try to milk that. They may try to milk it. We may get Nia and Jade at WrestleMania. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm conflicted with this. I'm trying to figure, like, where does Nia fit in after this? You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, then we definitely will see at 5 a.m. So, the last thing you think, okay, so two things. Do you think it's going to main event, and do you think it should main event?
Yeah, I think it should, because Rhea Ripley is one of the hottest things in wrestling right now, and I mean it would be like dumb not to. You know what I mean? With it being in Australia, I mean gotta kind of I see, but at the same time, like, where it's only 4 matches though, so the crowd shouldn't be to a point where they like lulling along. You know what I mean? It's only 4 matches, so yeah, it should definitely main event.
Yeah, it should. Wait, can y'all hear my daughter out there making all that noise? Because she's
Yeah.
so
Hell, I thought somebody was arguing. I'm like, what? I'm like, what you got going on, Trev?
Hold on, man. Yeah, man, she loud, man. Her friends, it's probably her and Mike's daughter on the phone playing video games. All right, so you're too loud. Okay, so next up we got an interview segment, the Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller gonna be over too because he's in his home country, but Grayson Waller is gonna be interviewing Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I think this is where they shoot the angle to set up the match with Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman, because you getting that. I don't. You're getting that at the very least, on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. You're going to get Seth and Cody against Jimmy and Solo, and then that'll lead to them taking on Roman and The Rock. So I think that's all this is for, is just to set up that angle.
So when is Seth supposed to be ready?
That's why I think they're deceiving us, because Seth says he's going to WrestleMania.
So let's say hypothetically, if they do a tag match, I mean it would have to be closer to WrestleMania when they do it.
No, that's a night one main event.
You think Roman's gonna wrestle 2 nights in a row?
I mean, listen, hey, he only had like 10 matches his whole year. He could give us 2. He could give us 2, man.
I don't think WWE would do that. I don't think WWE will put Roman in 2 matches in a row. I don't see that. So it would have to be at a Raw or SmackDown. But again, it would have to be closer toward WrestleMania.
So you know what then, MD? It should have been happening here then. This is where they should have had it, because you don't have any pay-per-view. You don't have any pay-per-view before WrestleMania, do you? I know normally they would have like
that's it.
They would have like a
Roadblock. Roadblock is NXT this year.
Yeah, NXT's doing Roadblock.
So yeah, after this is it.
They're gonna have a tag match though. They are going to have the tag match. I mean, I don't see them not having the tag match. Now it's just more so, where are they going to have it and what's going to be their reasoning for it? Like, is it going to be like, oh, if Roman and Rock win, then Roman and Rock get the main event at Mania, or if Cody and Seth win, then Cody gets left out and he doesn't get Rock. I mean, he doesn't get Roman. Or do they do Cody versus Rock night 1 and the winner gets Roman night 2? There's some reason they're keeping the 40s together so much. Like, why does Seth care so much? Seth told him 2 weeks ago. He was like, if you ever need a shield, just dropping all the puns, if you ever need a shield, remember, I'm the architect and I got your back. Like, why? There has to be a reason why they're doing this. I think it's to set up the Cody Seth versus Roman and Rock. I mean, I think that's what it's setting up to.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like I said, the only 2 things is, would they put Roman in 2 matches, and where is Seth at as far as the injury? That I would agree. It should be here. It should be at Elimination Chamber, but we just don't know the condition. Hell, it could be a work fall. We know. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't see him. I don't see Roman wrestling night 1 and night 2. I just ain't no way in hell. I don't see it.
I saw a report that that it was The Rock that made the call to put Cody back in the main event. So even though he's playing this character like he's turning on the fans, like it was him that was like, hey, we should do this. I mean, to me, Cody is already over. You put this level of sympathy on somebody that's not over. Cody has consistently been the most over guy on the roster since he's been back. And that's furthermore proof is the 2 house shows from this weekend, 9,700 and 7,600 people for house shows that were headlined by Cody and Nakamura. So, I mean, regardless of what people want to say, Cody is like, Cody is, I want to say he's top 2 merch sellers. Surprisingly, I saw R-Truth up there in the top 5. Because R-Truth is a man. Like
he hot, man. He hot. That's why I said you got to do something for him for WrestleMania. Because as hot, I think I said it in the chat the other day. 2 of the hottest people on the roster right now are R-Truth and Chelsea Green. When Chelsea Green came back in that Battle Royal match and gave the spot where she was trying to throw out Raquel, the crowd went crazy. You know what I mean? I think I kind of like, yeah, it's I ain't gonna say it's a comedy spot, but it was a little hope spot they gave, and Raquel threw out, but the crowd went nuts. So they over. You know what I mean? So going back to what you just said, so essentially you saying Cody really don't need Rock to get him over to WrestleMania is basically what you're saying.
Exactly. He didn't need him. Exactly.
I mean, so again, I think we will both agree that the payoff is going to be some way, shape, or form. Rock is going to turn on Roman. Well, we agree with that, right?
So okay, I've seen people, because people speculate like crazy. They were showing the picture of them on SmackDown, and they were showing that The Rock wasn't holding up the Bloodline 1. He was more so holding up a pistol or something like that. So people saying, oh, see, there we go. He going to turn on him. I don't know. Because, okay, what would be the payoff in that? Would it be to get... See, this is where I tell you they overcomplicated it. You could have had Rock Roman because they see Rock versus Roman bigger than the WWE title. That's just what they do. I don't see it, but that's what they see. They see them bigger than the title. You could have gave them WrestleMania Night 2 main event, and Cody could have defended the WWE title against Gunther in the Night 1 main event of Mania. Still would have been the biggest Mania ever, and everybody would have went home happy. They had to overcomplicate things by interjecting The Rock in it, and they still didn't have Cody explain why in the hell, after you win the Royal Rumble, that you have a conversation with The Rock and you're like, oh, you know what? Let me give up my Royal Rumble spot so you could go wrestle The Rock, because I'll have... No, you don't. It's not the Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank guarantees you that spot, not the Royal Rumble win. The Royal Rumble,
and it all went away at the press conference. All went away.
Exactly. The Royal Rumble win says that I am going to WrestleMania to fight the champion of my choosing. Why did they overcomplicate it? I agree with you and Venkat. Cody shouldn't have won the Royal Rumble. If they were going to do that, Cody should not have won the Royal Rumble. They should have had somebody get beat up before they came out, and then been like, oh, we got this empty spot. The Rock should have came out and won, because at least the fans would have been like, you know what? He Triple H'd us. He was a surprise entrance. He came out and won, so now he's going to go wrestle Roman. And then Cody could have somehow worked himself into the winner of that. you know, if I didn't see Cody and Seth 3 times already, which all of them were fantastic, but that's why I don't need to see that again. I'm more interested in seeing Cody versus Gunther or Cody versus Drew, because that Cody and Drew match was phenomenal. Like I'm more interested in seeing that. So is ways they could have did it, but to not even explain it after you made your goofy, like, oh damn. You know, that's why I think that all this is leading to a tag match, because I don't care what Venkat says. He knows he don't believe what he's saying when he's talking about The Rock could still go and all that. The last time The Rock was in the ring, he tore his pec off the bone. And so now you're adding an additional 10 years to that. What do you think's going to happen if he wrestles somebody like a Cody Rhodes? Or him and Roman is going to be a lumbering match where they're just doing a bunch of no selling and all that type of headlock, chin lock. That's all that's going to be. And you cannot have another one of those matches as your WrestleMania main event. You just can't. People aren't paying all that money. People aren't investing 2 nights to see that. Cody versus Roman last year, tremendous. You know, and that's what you need to see in your WrestleMania main event. Roman versus Bryan Edge, tremendous. That's what you need to see in your WrestleMania main event. You don't need to see chin lock, chin lock, chin lock. You don't need to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman from 2 years ago, Chin Lock City. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, I think they removed him and Vince from everything. So I don't think we'll ever see them again. So there you go. And then there's more stuff coming out about Vince, man. We may touch on it next week, but I wanted to keep this one short. But so where do you do the tag match then?
It might have to be, like I said, you know, going back to Vancast's point, it might have to be the go home show. They got the go home Raw for WrestleMania is in New York City. It ain't Madison Square Garden. It's the what do they call the Brooklyn Barclays.
Oh, where the Nets play.
Yeah, Barclays.
Barclays.
It could be there. You know what I mean? That's a big venue. Go home show WrestleMania. I could see it. You know, going back to your point though, talking about diminishing the world title.
Mm-hmm.
Even that situation. We sitting here talking about a tag match and not talking about the world title. So hopefully we get more development on what's going on with that. I mean, obviously we're not, because I doubt if this segment is going to be after the Elimination Chamber match. So, but again, that goes to show you, back to your point that you were saying, all of this that's going on is diminishing the world title. But hopefully that'll change, because hopefully the belt will be off Seth at WrestleMania. So, you know what I mean?
Well, I know we're doing a WrestleMania show, but who you want to see leave Mania as the champion, as the world champion?
Drew.
Yeah.
Drew is the only person right now that's Drew, fit to do it.
Drew is on fire, man. Drew, not only is he good in the ring, he works good. His promos are great. His character is great. I love how he trolls the hell out of CM Punk. Oh man, and I heard that they came to terms. So we don't know. And I don't think they would have let him beat Cody if they felt like he was leaving. So that's another, because Cody has not lost a match. Cody has not lost a singles match. I think he probably lost 2 singles matches since he's been back. Just 2. So
yeah, he's the only person fit right now to be champion.
Oh man, Nurbaum saying that he's going to be at Mania night too. Hey Nurbaum, I'm live streaming the main event. Not going to live stream the main event, but I'm going to do a live watch along for the main event. So if you can, just get on so I can get a crowd. I just want to get like a crowd shot of what's going on. I think that'll be cool. MD did it before when he was at an AEW show. So that'll be real cool. Christopher Morales says thick J-Lo. I'm thinking he's talking about Nia Jax. Oh, so I'll ask MD, because MD, and don't give me the political answer. This ain't Tape Fist politics. Not Bones, I hope you're still there. Nia Jax or Oh my God, I'm forgetting her name. Oh my God, what's Chelsea Green's partner? Piper Niven.
Oh, Piper Niven. Yeah, I go Nia.
Okay, all right,
I go Nia.
because you got
Nia for her body type is bad.
yeah.
I
Okay,
ain't gonna front on that. You know
you
what I
hear
mean?
that, Bones? Bones, you hear that? I just want you to hear that.
I mean, for her body type, she top tier.
Yeah,
For
you know,
for her body type.
she used to be a model. She used to be a plus size model.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you like facially, she gorgeous.
Yes, she's a very pretty
Yeah.
she's a very, very pretty woman. But yeah, Bones seem to think that we crazy because we pick Nia Jax over Piper Niven. So I hope you still there, Bones.
Piper Niven is good looking for her body type too, but she ain't no Nia Jax. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, again, I'm just basing off of body type. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? Body type for her body type, Nia Jax is top tier. Period.
Wait a minute, Nirbon saying they both nasty. Hey, crazy. All right, so
I
let's
mean,
get
Nia Jax can barely walk with with reconstructed knees, but you know what I'm saying? Like
hey,
she good looking.
hey, long as she can drop that bonsai drop, that's all they care
Yeah,
about.
that's it. That's it.
She be wrecking them chicks, man. Oh my goodness. She dropped that thing on Rhea. I'm like, oh no, you can't hurt her. I'm like, that's the goal, man. So you got the main event, and I think this match is gonna be awesome. And KO, the only reason KO is in this match is because he's gonna do something crazy. KO is going off the top of that cell, that chamber. So you got KO, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and LA Knight. Oh man, and this is the men's elimination chamber. The winner goes on to take on Seth Rollins at probably the night one main event of WrestleMania if they don't do the tag match. I mean, I got Drew. This has to be Drew right here. Who do you got, and how does this shape up?
Yeah, it's got to be Drew. I know how great Logan Paul is athletically. He just don't look like he belongs. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. Not in this match. You know what I mean? He just don't look like he. I mean, you look at, we got some big dudes. I mean, for the exception of LA Knight, but I can understand LA Knight being in the match because of his popularity and his position right now. Logan Paul, to me, on paper, don't look like he fit.
Well, remember, Logan Paul is like, he's big, but he's long. He's more
he
slender.
lanky.
Yeah, I think because he's so slender. I think that's what throws it off. He's gonna do something ridiculous though. Him and KO are gonna do something very ridiculous in this chamber. Wait a second. Patrick says if Nia lose weight, she'll be a champion and she doesn't hurt anybody else. Hey, but Patrick, I think that's the beauty of Nia. You don't always see with me, like I like a guy like Otis. And you know, I'm a big Van Vader fan, stuff like that. I think those big chicks, like I like Piper Niven because Piper Niven can move in that ring. Everybody doesn't have to look like, you know, like your Naomi and Bianca and, you know, Jade and all them. I think Nia works perfect as that big monster. And because she's so damn reckless, man, she just don't like, somebody gonna get hurt again messing around with her. But yeah, I got Drew winning this. I'm trying to see who I would have as a dark horse. This is the wrestle Seth. Oh man, if I had to pick a dark horse, then I'm gonna say Randy Orton. But my first pick would be Drew. Because I think what's gonna happen there, this is where you're gonna get the pairing off of LA Knight and Logan Paul. So they could do their WrestleMania program and LA Knight could finally win the US title, which he should have won first in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know why they messed that up, but I got Drew McIntyre. Yeah, I think it's almost 85% Drew, and coming in up the rear is Randy Orton.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, you know, they obviously setting up LA Knight and Logan Paul. LA Knight, like I said, for the work that he's put in over the last year, you gotta pay him off some type of way, and that US title is how they're gonna pay him off. I'm still going with Orton and AJ Styles for a WrestleMania match. That's just me.
You think that's the direction they're going?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be AJ and Randy at WrestleMania. Like I said, I don't know if he'll help. AJ might not even be in Australia, but I think eventually they're gonna set up Randy and AJ. Bobby Lashley, man, that I wish he was in a much better position than what he is. Hell, I'm just glad that he in the match at the end of the, you know what I mean? But Bobby Lashley should be in a way better position than he's in right now. I don't even know what he could possibly do at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because you got LA Knight and Logan for the US title, because I was thinking he could win the US title and the IC title is on Raw. I'd love to see Bobby Lashley and Gunther. Oh
yeah. I mean, hell, it's still hell. You know, around WrestleMania season, hell, anything pretty much possible. They ain't like they can't do it. They'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, that'd be a great match.
But I think looking at Monday Night Raw, you're definitely getting Jimmy and Jay in that singles match at Mania. And I think Gable is the one that they're going to use to take the belt off of Gunther at WrestleMania. I'm really thinking Chad Gable is going to be the one to do it.
And I wouldn't mind it.
He's awesome. He is awesome. But if Gunther loses that IC title at Mania, he has to be inserted into the main picture the next night. Like you cannot let that guy cool off. That guy has been that, or you know what they do? Bring back King of the Ring and just make him be more obnoxious and run a King of the Ring gimmick. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, if we thinking hypothetical, okay, let's say Drew wins the Chamber, Drew goes on, gets the world title at WrestleMania, then Gunther loses, then you put him on in the main event card. I mean, do you see? Because I don't. I think they will have to cook it a little bit. If you do put him in a position where he faces Drew, I don't think he's gonna win.
Who, Gunther?
So, yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I'm talking about right off the bat.
No,
if Gunther loses the title at Mania, right off the bat, you put him in the main event spot. Drew ain't losing that title no time soon.
I think the next person up to face Drew if he wins the title is going to be Sami Zayn. I think Sammy's going to be the next person to go after him, and this is all contingent on if Drew re-signed. Because if Drew didn't re-sign, then I think they'll do a loser leave WWE between him and Sami Zayn. So that'll tell you all that you need to know right there.
Man, Drew doesn't need to go to AEW. He do not need to go to AEW at all, man. He'll be a duck out of water, bro. He don't need to go there.
So I heard this from Dave Meltzer. So you don't know, you gotta hold your breath on this one. Is Drew's only hang up is he just wanted to be in better storyline, which now, I mean, and it shows because now he's in the A storyline every week, and he is like, he do some of the best work on the show. He's carrying the shows. He's been money.
Yeah, he's top heel on Raw right now.
Yeah,
top heel. You know what I mean? That was a spot that previously you could say that it was Gunther.
And the thing about Drew, he don't think he a heel. That's the problem. That's the thing. That's what makes it so great. He still thinks in his mind that what he's doing is good. That's why I wish CM Punk. So they say CM Punk is probably going to be coming back to do commentary and stuff, which will be good because it'll just keep that feud going. And then when it ultimately happens, they could do their business.
You think he's gonna be in Australia? You think he's gonna be at the Elimination Chamber?
Punk, no, because he can't get physical. But he was great.
I mean, he could be in the segment. He could be in the Grayson Waller segment.
He could be, but
in some capacity.
You watched the press conference, right?
The WrestleMania one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was great on that panel because he was saying how everybody, he was like saying how Cody let this guy slap him in the face and he didn't do anything. He's like, everybody should just punch somebody in the face. It was crazy. It was like everybody should just punch somebody in the face, and it's just he was so great on commentary. Oh man, look who finally decided to join when we were about to close down. What's up, Venkat?
Oh Lord, what's going on? Wrestling with reality.
Peace, man. You finished those chicken thighs. You good?
I've got out of work late, man. It's just ridiculous right now over there. But I'm here.
Tell me about it. I was, well, y'all know where I was earlier in the daytime, and I was there for a long time this morning. Then I had to go to work, and man, they still got, even though I wasn't at work all day, I still feel like they got all 10 hours out of me. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So
a day for everybody.
All right, so I guess we got to back up now, and here's Venkat's picks on these. There's only 4 matches, so let me go back. Venkat, I'm going to the chamber card.
Hold on, I'm driving and I went out the wrong way. Freak.
Oh yeah, well, nah. Focus on the road. Focus on the road.
Yeah, Venkat. Hey, be careful, man.
Yeah. That's way more important than you. Than you giving us your pick. So, all right, like I said, we almost done. So let's get into this day in wrestling history. And like I said, y'all make sure and tune in tomorrow night. We do have a debate: Stacey Mobley versus Jeremy Dunbar. Man, we got a bunch of debates coming up. The ladies of Pour Your Heart Out came back this Saturday, so this past Saturday. So go back and check out that show. We do have the great debate set up. MD versus Wayne. That's going to be March 25th. We will be back next Wednesday with the Elimination Chamber review show, as well as we'll be previewing AEW Revolution because that's coming on that weekend. So we got to review one and preview the next. So we'll be back with that. And hey, if y'all haven't checked out Man Talk Monday from this past week, be sure to go back and check it out for the debut of Mike's top 10. He gave his top 10 thoughts. Oh, hey, that was like 5 minutes of just gold, like just awesomeness. Just go back and check that out. So let's get into this day in wrestling history. I'm glad that Venkat came on because I know he got a lot to say about this. This day in wrestling history takes us back to February 21st. We're going back to 1993. WCW Super Brawl took place on pay-per-view from the Asheville Civic Center in Asheville, North Carolina. Let's see.
Was this Luger and Sting?
No, this was
it was the strap match between Vader and Sting.
The co-main, The co-main was the Great Muta versus Barry Windham with this terrible mustache and goatee combo. I don't even remember him. I don't even remember this, but this was my goodness, he looked terrible here. So this was the co-main, and Barry Windham ended up winning this. This is what I was telling with Venkat. I don't remember Muta being the WCW champion.
What?
I don't remember Muta being the WCW champion.
He wasn't the WCW champion. He was the NWA International champion.
So that's what this was for.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Ric Flair would leave WWF and then come back and beat Barry Windham for that title. And then Ric Flair would face Sting at the Clash of the Champions to unify the title a year later. And then Hulk Hogan would come in and beat Ric Flair at Bash at the Beach. 1994.
So according to this, though, they're just saying NWA World Heavyweight Championship. They didn't say that it was international because I do not remember Muta being. I for some reason this is 93. I draw a blank here. Like I don't remember Muta ever having the big gold belt though.
Oh, he had it.
I don't remember who did he beat for it.
his Hiro damn it, Hasaki. Hiroshito was Hasaki. You know that guy. Chono.
Masahiro Chono?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Masahiro, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, because I do not remember that. But anyway, Barry Windham won that match, but that's not important what happened to this in that match. This is what's important. This is what I wanted Van Cat to talk about. So you had the White Castle of Fear match. So
yep.
And if had I been home in time, and I started not to go to work today after I left where I was at, but
don't tell me the mini video.
Yeah, I had to go
with the midgets in it.
No, I don't have it. Had I came home after I left there, I would have did it, but I had to go to work, man. But there's a mini video that was before this match. Y'all do yourself a favor. Wait, let me see. If you want your wife not to argue with you for 6 months, take her to Asheville, North Carolina. She will be happy for 6 months. Man, I'm very curious about that now. There was a video that promoted this match. So Sting gets this letter from Vader. I want you to meet me in the White Castle of Fear. Sting gets on the helicopter. They fly out in the Rocky Mountains to this cave that's covered in ice. And Vader is there with Harley Race, and they got like a whole spread of food. They got
and the midget. There. Don't forget the midget that was there.
Oh yeah, you got that midget was in every WCW video.
Yeah.
And it, like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, what is this going to be? And I called Venkat and I'm like, hey, what is the White Castle of Fear going to be? Like what? Because I don't think at the time you knew what it was because they didn't.
Nobody knew what the hell it was.
Yeah, they didn't tell us. So you talk about something that was like they overpromised and underdelivered. The White Castle of Fear match ended up being just a regular old strap match. Now I will say this: this to this date is still one of the best strap matches I remember ever seeing.
Yeah, it was great.
This was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
And Sting has consistently been the only person that I watch wrestle Vader that I could believe could really beat Vader.
Right.
You know, you had your one-off with Ron Simmons and stuff like that, your Cactus Jacks and stuff like that. But Sting is the only person that legit took Vader to the limit every single time. I mean, he got his behind kicked in this match, but it was awesome. What you remember about this one?
A lot of blood.
Yeah.
Blood by Vader's ears.
Yeah.
I remember Sting picking up Vader on his back and kind of like going from turnbuckle to turnbuckle. Talk about a story right there. That was really an intriguing thing, you know, to be able to in succession hit one turnbuckle after the next, and you got to stop that guy from making a sequential order of 1, 2, 3, 4 to win the match, and then all the trying to stop that from happening, and it really had stakes and jeopardy behind it. It was entertaining too. And Sting and Vader don't have a bad match, by the way. All their matches are like legendary, like just battles, wars. It's just great to see.
Look, you know what I noticed looking at this picture? Look how short that strap is. If you see a WWE strap match, the strap is as long as the entire ring. I'm like, what's
but that's the thing, though. In WWE, their strap matches, they're not hitting the turnbuckle, right? They're just using a strap. So that was the difference. It had to be shorter to allow you to actually have the ability to move people around without it being so long that anybody could just run real fast and just touch all four corners. That's what made that match really entertaining, man. Having to do that. I wish they would do more of that. Like that should, I don't know, that would be great. There are a lot of great match concepts in WCW. A lot of duds, don't get me wrong, but when they got it right, it was really good.
Oh, you didn't like the spin the wheel, make the deal coal miner's glove match? Hey, you know what match I want us to watch? I was watching something, they were talking about it. The Chamber of Horrors match. You remember that one? Oh, he probably fell off.
Oh, you broke up a little. You broke up a little. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, I broke up? No, I said I want us to watch the Chamber of Horrors match.
Uh-oh.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I don't think Vac. I don't think Vac.
No, I think it's probably my, because I'm driving, so maybe the breaking up is on my end. I'm just hearing you sound like that.
But you can hear me, right, MD?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Is that Chamber of Horrors? Is that with the Taz match, or is that something else?
No, that was the one. That was the one where it has Sting, Abdullah the Butcher, Cactus Jack.
Oh, okay.
The one that had the electric chair in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, Chamber of Horrors is Halloween Havoc 91. It's the first match of the event.
I want us to watch that. We got to watch that. We got to do a watch along for that, man. That match was.
Hey, which Super Brawl was it? 1 or 2 with Sting and Luger and the Steiners? Which Super
That's
Brawl?
one.
That was one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one. Yeah. All right, that was great.
Yeah, I just watched that recently.
The best one. That main event was so awesome.
Well, it wasn't the main event. It was Flair and Tatsumi Fujinami. My God, that was kind of hard to follow that.
Yeah, that wasn't the main event.
Right. It was and then the other thing after that great tag team match, it was actually Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson for the TV title.
That match
Bobby
was great.
Eaton beat Arn Anderson.
That match was great.
And then Ric Flair. Yeah, and then Ric Flair and Fujinami. And like I think the crowd was like so gassed after the tag match, and then Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton. I don't know. It kind of fell off, but whatever.
I might have to go back and watch that Super Brawl then, because I remember that. Okay,
well, that Super Brawl is notorious because it's like it has good stuff in it, but it has like some really bad stuff in it. Like Kevin Nash debuting as Oz.
That was the one with Oz. Oh God,
yeah,
we gotta watch that.
Just horrible.
Oh, we gotta watch that. Who you got?
I mean, yeah, it was like like some weird dud matches. They debuted the Diamond Stud, Scott Hall. He was debuted at Super Bowl. So it's like an interesting event that has like these people in it that would be big, but there was also some weird moments. Also, Doom versus Doom, Butch Reed against Ron Simmons in the steel cage. That was the same event too.
I thought that match was terrible. From what I could remember, I haven't watched it in forever, but from what I could remember, I didn't like that one at all. Because
no, it did. Yeah, it didn't do like what it should have done.
Butch Reed took too much of that match.
Yeah, I would agree.
He took way too much of that match. I mean, damn, they didn't let Ron Simmons get anything until like the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, like one of the most exciting things is obviously the friggin' Fabulous Freebirds. They seem to always work the first or second match, and for some reason, the Freebirds always have a great match that the crowd is involved and it's an entertaining match. That
was against the Southern Boys, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, we might have to go back and watch that, man. That was now that you mentioned it, and now I remember, because hell, I want to go back and watch some Fantastics versus the Midnight Express from Clash of the Champions. That's probably one of the best tag team matches ever. Like that is. Well, people don't talk about that one, but that was probably one of the best tag matches ever. And then one of my favorite matches of all time come from Super Brawl, Big Van Vader versus Ric Flair. The one where Flair came back after Vader beat him up. Oh, I love it, man. That match has so much emotion. I think that's why for me, I don't really care about moveset. If you give me a perfect story in a match like this Vader Sting match. Because Vader was the perfect monster for Sting. Like he was, if if Ultimate Warrior had a monster like Vader, his run would have been better in WWF. WWF had too many cartoon characters as monsters. Vader was a legit monster.
Beat your ass type monster, yeah.
Yeah, like he was Vader. Whew.
And remember, when Sting won the title the first time, the NWA title, he had his matches with people, and it was supposed to be him and Sid having, a series of matches and a rivalry. And then, Sid left, actually, ironically, at the Super Bowl 91, the first Super Bowl 1, when he faced Elegante, Giant Gonzalez, and Sid Vicious in a stretcher match. But they really didn't. That was a horrible match. Like
nobody went out on the stretcher. Nobody went out on the stretcher.
Exactly, and it was one of those deals like with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, where everybody knew Sid was leaving before the match. Or at least I knew. In the wrestling magazines, they talked about that, so I knew about him leaving. I didn't want it to be true, but he lost the match, and then that was it. You didn't see Sid, so he just wanted to get it over with. And you could tell the match wasn't that long. It wasn't that good. It was horrible. And then he was in WWF dancing with Hogan and the Warrior and whatnot. So Sting needed somebody, a big monster to face, like you said. And like Vader pretty much filled that void. Because after that point, Vader became a focal point in WCW. And he went on his run.
Yeah, Vader is. Hey, Venkat, let me ask you a question. I do want to ask you this because you on before we close down. A couple of weeks ago, Tony Khan announced big business, and we all know that's going to probably most likely be the debut of Sasha Banks. It's going to be at TD Bank Arena. What do they call it? TD Bank, TD Garden, TD something. MD let me know that stadium holds that arena holds like 18,000. They have that. They have it mapped out for 5,800, which is way less than half. So WWE just did 2 house shows over the weekend. House shows in random city X. 9,700 for one, 7,600 for the other at a house show, non-televised, with Cody and Nakamura on top. Tony Khan has been advertising this big business thing for a couple of weeks now. It's coming out March 13th, and we know that's where she's going to debut. So my question to you is, what business, because she's from Boston, so they're just using it as her. What business is she really going to generate?
I guess they're thinking that because she had that success in WWE, they're banking that she will make some people want to come see that product because of her name recognition from WWE, I guess. Kind of like when she went to New Japan, they're just hoping that her familiarity will garner some extra fans. I don't know how that's going to be, but we'll have to see. It just sucks that they can't fill a building, or at least like just partially fill the building. You don't have to sell out, but make it look good at least. But this all comes down to brand recognition because, again, AEW in 2019 is when they started. That's not a long time, so people don't recognize that. WWE, WWF, that's ingrained in people, so they have that, Oh, God, this freaking guy look like you want to hit my damn car, freaking idiot.
Oh, boy, here we go. Well, man, hey, man, get off of here, man. We're about to close down anyway. But the building holds 18,000. That's all I'm saying.
I know. And the rent is the same whether you get one person or 18,000. I know that, but I don't know. Tony Khan, he just wants to have the product look at least prestigious or comparable to WWE, even though it's not. We know that. The product only excels when it comes down to brass tacks wrestling. But as far as like everything around the wrestling, like I was watching Conan and Disco Inferno and Conrad. They were talking about it, about like why AEW is losing ground and not as good as it used to be, and the lack of house or shows in general filling all their seats. And they were just pretty much saying that you know, Tony Khan doesn't book stories. He's like one of those guys, those wrestling fans from the 90s that used to watch those tapes and you would just see one great match after another with no lead up, no story, no nothing.
That's what Bones said.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could agree with it. Like, and it shows because we all agree that like those matches that they put on, a lot of times they have great matches in AEW, but their storytelling and their attempt to try to make a compelling story to make you want to go back to see things is just not there. You just have to be a fan, ready to go, and just want to see some great moves like I do. That's what I like. But I do recognize the importance because like that bloodline stuff, when Sami Zayn was there, that was hot as hell. That's probably one of the best things I've ever. That's coming from me, like, you know. I don't really care for today's as much as yesterday, even though there's some problems with yesterday. But I can recognize that when Sami Zayn was there, and that stuff was gold, and that made you want to watch, and it made you excited to watch. And Tony Khan don't have anything going on like that, and they really should, to be honest. They really should. Even as bad as like how WCW was portrayed. Sting always said we were the second-class citizens and blah, blah, blah. But if you look back in the days, they always had something hot. Dusty Rhodes against Ric Flair, the Horseman rivalry, that was hot. Magnum TA's run, that was hot. There was, then Ricky Steamboat Flair, hot. Sting and his rivalries, hot. There was always something there. And with AEW, they just don't seem to have that, except for like when CM Punk and MJF, that was like the hottest thing they had was that rivalry. But, so he needs to change course and maybe, like you keep saying, hire somebody and get some more ideas in that product because that's what's affecting those sales. They're not compelling to the crowd, to the wrestling audience. And not you seem to need only super hardcore wrestling fans, and that doesn't make up the type. You need that casual fan that's just going to want to watch and build the audience, and they're not doing that.
I agree. So, all right, fellas.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not gonna ask me about the 4 matches?
Oh, I thought you was talking about you was driving. Hold on.
I was driving. I just parked.
Hold on. I took him out of the. Let me bring it back up. Yeah, me and MD already gave our thing, so let's go. So you got the women's chamber match.
Oh God, the women should not be in no damn. This is just like War Games. They're about to crap the bed again. Let me see who's in here.
So you got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Trinity, Becky Lynch, Bianca, and oh my God, Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, that's the man right there. That's a man. All right. So as I'm gonna say I would like to see Raquel, me personally, but they're probably gonna make it the man. Oh God, Becky Lynch. They're probably gonna make her do it, but I would rather see Raquel win. But whatever.
See, we picked Becky just because that's probably what they're going to do. But my dark horse is Naomi.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind that either. I would be happy with that, but I don't think they're going to do that.
All right, so Venkat, I mean, we all consensus agree it's most likely going to be Becky Lynch. So I say this is going to be the match of the night: Judgment Day versus Mustache Mountain. Who you got? Tyler Bate and Peter Dune versus Damian and Finn for the tag belts. I mean, Damian and Finn are going to keep these belts, but
I think they're going to lose it. I think there's a chance that Elimination Chamber might be a dark day for Judgment Day. I think that Rhea's going to lose, and I think I'm just saying. I think that they're going to make Rhea lose in this one, and why not? Just because she's in her home, all the more reason to make her lose. I mean, everybody called on Bret Hart to lose in Montreal, and that was never the issue for him. But why not? Why not have that? And you could use that as a driving force to tell a bigger, better story rather than play a cliche. First of all, I'm not going to believe that she's going to beat Nia Jax. That's just ridiculous, but whatever. Nia Jax, friggin' Big Van Vader of the female wrestling world right now. There's no way in hell she should get out alive. She should beat her ass in her home, and she should take all that bragging rights, and that should fuel a big-ass feud between the two of them. And that would be much more entertaining and compelling than having a going through the motions match. Because Rhea been going through the motions all year long in 2023 since she won that title. I like Rhea, but we got to be real about it.
See, we both said that Rhea should lose. Me and me, but we don't. I just think it would be so funny for them to take the belt off of her over there. And if Vince McMahon was still in charge, he absolutely would do it. I just don't see it happening.
Okay.
I just don't see it happening. And
so Judgment Day losing those tag team titles too. I think it's time.
No, Judgment Day are going to lose the belts to New Day at WrestleMania. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah. Dunn and Mustache Mountain is just they're just a placeholder right now. So you already got it, but you got Rhea and okay. So does this match main event?
Hell yeah, that's the women's world title. So that's a legit main event to have. Yeah, it's only 4 matches. Why would you? All the other matches are qualifying. The Elimination Chamber is just a qualifying match. This is definitely the main event.
I think it should main event, but I don't know if they'll main event it over the men's chamber.
Yeah, but we're talking world title versus wannabe world title. I think the men's could be before them or maybe in the middle of the event. But Rhea Ripley, even forget the fact that it's in her hometown. She's the women's champion. If the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title for the men's isn't on the card and a women's world title is on there, then that should be the main event.
I don't disagree. All right. So, all right. I think this talking segment is strictly to set up the tag match with Roman and Rock versus Seth and Cody.
Okay, I won't doubt what you're saying there, because it's just weird. That's like filler, but I guess they need that to get people to get. I don't know what's going to happen in the match before this, but maybe just to change pace in the event and then go on to the next. So I guess they have to have something like that. So yeah, you're probably right. It probably will set up some sort of tag team match.
Because why would you fly these guys to Australia? Think about it.
Hey, Venkat, let me ask you a question. So Trevor mentioned that, his format would be the tag match, Roman and Rock and Seth and Cody on night 1, then Cody and Roman on night 2 for the title.
No,
would you go with that?
Would make no, I wouldn't go with that at all. I would rather see night 1 Rock against Roman, and then Rock beats Roman, and then Rock and Cody in night 2. They should promote it as night 2, Cody has it, and he faces the winner between night 1. And I think that would be more exciting, and it would be great because you would have Roman lose the belt without losing to Cody. he gets the right to be able to say Cody was never able to beat him. And then Cody wins the belt by being one of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling. That's a Samoan. And, so it's like he beat a better Roman. And so it would pay off all over the place. Or you could do what Bubba Ray said, which I agree, is push that crap down the road and have them face off at Madison Square Garden. So let Cody get pinned by Roman and let him go through that anguish and let the fans feel, oh my God, this is horrible, and feel low and whatnot. And then down the road, that just happens. Cody beats Roman or Rock or whoever for that title. But The Rock has to, because I agree with Trevor. And I agree with a lot of these other people, what they're saying. The WWE is going to all these international PLEs, and you need a big name like The Rock to carry that torch. So put the title on The Rock, let him represent it, and then when it's time for him to drop it, let him drop it in a glorious fashion. Let Cody beat The Rock. So it changes things, and it will justify this nonsense we're watching right now with The Rock being interjected in this feud, and so we'll see how they handle it, but there's a good way for this to go down. I just don't know if they're going to go that route. I definitely don't want to see that tag. That tag team match has no reason to be in WrestleMania. That match is like a Saturday Night's Main Event, or a Raw or something like that. That's not
I think that tag match would be the best tag team match you ever watched.
Nope.
The character work that The Rock would do in that match, man.
Maybe that match is slated to happen after WrestleMania. Maybe that's something they're gonna do. I don't know.
Well, MD was thinking on that Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
Okay.
I can't do a match that big on a Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
It seems like it needs something else. Like, I wish they would do those Saturday Night Main Event. Like, Saturday Night Main Event is what it would be.
It should have been the main event of this show.
I agree with that too. I don't know why they didn't do that. Maybe because Seth Rollins isn't ready to go yet. He'll probably be ready at WrestleMania, but he's not ready right now. That's probably the only reason why they're not doing that.
Yeah, I just
can the Rock hang with Cody in a match right now? Let's keep it real.
Yes, he can. I don't know why you guys keep downing this guy, man.
What? Based on what?
Based on his physical condition. We act like
he tore his pec. He tore his pec 10 years ago against Cena.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins just messed himself up, and CM Punk just messed himself up. That's wrestling. That doesn't mean anything. Like with The Rock, it's a bad thing, but with everybody else, it's business. It's regular business. That don't make no sense. He got hurt. That's what you do in wrestling. You get hurt. I'm telling you, man. If there was there's no legend
that talks about Roman Reigns walking around and posing and what you think The Rock?
Roman Reigns.
Come on,
Roman Reigns is not better than The Rock.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
No, he's not. He's not even close. He's not even close. You will get a better match out of The Rock than you will Roman Reigns, because I've seen what Roman Reigns has to offer in the last 2 years, and it's not that great. Usually, his matches that are decent is because of the opponent, like Logan Paul or Cody. Those opponents are what making that match watchable. But when Roman Reigns has those other matches where, it's depending on him to do something, no. I don't think, even though The Rock has been out of the ring, he is still way better than what Roman Reigns is. Roman Reigns at his best years was not The Rock in his worst years. There's no way in hell. That guy is the one legend that you could say anywhere in the world. If you had to pick a legend from wrestling, who would you pick and trust to be able to perform in a match? The Rock. Of course, he's bumped up with a bunch of steroids in his ass, but He's got to be the best in shape legend right now. All these other guys all messed up and mangled right now.
We ain't talking about blue chipper rock. We ain't talking about like shoulder breaker and tilt.
I know what you're saying.
I think we talking about Rocky Maivia. that guy's gonna be the best in the business soon. That's what he think we talking about. You don't think ain't nobody talking about him. we're talking about 51-year-old Rock who comes in the ring and looks like he just stepped out of a swimming pool. The same thing that you criticize Roman for every time when we see him.
That's all the more reason why I want to see The Rock, because I think that guy is great, man. As far as you just got to give it up to him. He is capable. The matches that I've seen in the past for The Rock, even the most recent is like over 10 years ago, but even those matches, they weren't that bad. I mean, I don't understand why it would be him that has something to prove. Like, I don't know. Roman has been the champion and been a horrible champion all this time. I mean, Rock has nothing to prove. I think that he could get in the ring and be just as functional and be able to, again, a lot of this stuff in wrestling, it's about crowd reactions and just the way you deliver certain looks, and he'll be fine. I ain't worried about The Rock. I'm worried about Roman, but I ain't worried about it.
His best match was like 10, 11 years ago against CM Punk, because CM Punk was capable of carrying him to a good match. I mean, that's what it is. I think that was at Royal Rumble 2012 or something like that. I forget which one it was.
Oh, was it within 13?
Was it 13?
Yeah, 13 or 14.
So CM Punk was the champion at this time. This when The Rock won the championship and Punk wrestled.
2013.
That was 13?
I think it's 13.
Yeah, whenever it was though, but that was his last good match, and that's because he wrestled Punk.
But that's kind of like his last matches, period.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. So who's to tell that he could still do this?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, just like Dr. Dre said in that song. He's like, they said Dre fell off. How? My last album was The Chronic. So if his last thing he did was good, and it's been a long time, how did he fall off? The last thing he did was good. So until he has a bad match, then I'll criticize.
So here's an unpopular opinion, since you say that. Dr. Dre, not really that good.
What do you mean?
Not a good rapper. Not good at all.
Yeah, he ain't a good rapper at all. Great
sucks.
producer.
Yeah, great producer, but Dr. Dre sucks.
I don't know about that. That's kind of strong there, man.
He sucks, man.
Dr. Dre's great.
He got, man, his flow, I'm gonna tell you, his flow was as whack as mine back in the Strictly Real.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go with that one again.
So just if you need some context, and you got to find them Strictly Real tapes, man. We got to play those on here. But we gonna put that behind the paywall, because I'm not embarrassing myself for free. I'll let y'all hear it, but y'all want to pay me for that. Y'all ain't hearing that for free. Hey, I never forget. I had the line of the night. I dropped bows like Dusty Rhodes. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Andre 3000 said that same line, so it's obviously not a bad line.
Man, 1995, 96. That was so fun. You got to find those, man, for real. And whatever we got to do to get those on CD, or whatever we need to do to get it to the computer, we need to do that, because like that stuff, we got to have that, man. We got to have that. All right, so last match, you got the men's chamber match. KO versus Bobby Lashley versus Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus LA Knight. We both picked Drew for that.
If it was my pick, what I would want Bobby Lashley. But
yeah, we know that.
But looking at it from the stereotypical wrestling situation is going to be Drew. And I think Drew's, I mean, I like Drew. And I like the fact that he's clicking right now. So he would be worthy of getting his win. And if him and Seth Rollins go at it, he needs to beat Seth.
Hey, Venkat said from the stereotypical. I mean, it is only one black guy in the match. I mean, like, I mean, how much more stereotypical you could get? Yeah, but I think dark horse would be Randy Orton. But yeah, I think this shapes up perfectly for Drew. So that is Elimination Chamber, taking place this Saturday at 5 a.m. Venkat, you're not getting up to watch this, are you?
I'm not sure, because I get up like around that time for work on some days. So I might be getting up on that time. Plus the cat gets up at that time too. And he never stays quiet when he gets up. So I don't know.
Well, I'm most likely going to be up because we have we're going to the monster truck rally that night. So I'm glad that it is taking place earlier in the day. So there you have it, man. I said this show was going to be an hour, and we still went over 2 hours. It's all good though. Man.
I wish it started at 8 o'clock. That would have been good. 8 a.m. would have been perfect.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this show. I was about to say, not for me.
Oh no.
Yeah, 8 a.m. would be good. Yeah, that would be a really good time. Hell, I remember when they did the Tokyo show one time. I think that started like 2 a.m, and I got up to watch it. That's when Kofi wrestled Brock for the first time. This is when Brock was champion. This is before they ever pushed Kofi. So yeah, but that was a 2 a.m. show. I got up for that. That's when I was uber, like, wasn't missing anything. It ain't like now where I'm just like, man, I'll catch that later. I ain't watching that now. So, all right, fellas, had to lock them down.
All right, man. Show as always.
All right, we'll y'all make sure and tune in tomorrow night for the biblical debate we will be having with I'm talking about Reginald Dunbar, with Jeremy Dunbar and the 2023 champion, co-champion Stacey Mobley. That'll be taking place tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Both of those guys already locked and loaded. Patrick, I'm gonna go check your emails. I'm gonna go check your emails out now to see what you're saying. But I'm out of here, everybody. Thanks to everybody that came by tonight, man. We had a lot of people watching at one time. Hey, Facebook crowd, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Tune into the channel. You'll see that we have everything listed that's coming up on the channel for the rest of the week and whatever show we already have scheduled. Please be sure to tune in every Monday to Man Talk Monday. That is the flagship show of the Straight Talk Society. That's the show where you're going to get it all. Take Fist Politics Tuesday night, which is the best political show on YouTube. Still waiting for somebody to find me something better, but they can't. So I'll keep waiting. So with all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. Till tomorrow night, peace.
And the bitch
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
Brother, I'm gonna take you home.
What?
You're gonna be mine. You're about to be mine.